What's up guys, SirMaple and C2 here with the first heroic dungeon guide for WoW. We're starting with Auchindoun. So the first boss, there's not really many ads leading up to the first boss. You just go up, you go left, and there's 3 mobs, you pull them one at a time. It's really whatever. The dungeon's not really that difficult. The first boss is Vigilant Cathar. So the boss's first ability is Holy Shield. The boss throws the shield, dealing damage on impact, and creates a wall that cannot be moved through or seen through. The boss will also channel Consecrated Light, which deals a good amount of holy damage to everyone for 5 seconds. Players can duck for cover behind the Holy Shield to block for damage from Consecrated Light, so make sure the boss is tanked away from the Holy Shield in a way that allows for this.
The next ability the boss uses is the Sanctified Strike, which creates a crack of holiness, which is a void zone that will continue dealing holy damage to anyone who stands in it.
The next ability is Hallowed Ground, which is another void zone that deals good holy damage to anyone within 8 yards of it, so again, don't stand in it. The boss will lastly use Fate, which explodes the hallowed ground, dealing massive damage to anyone hit by the explosion. So it's really simple for this fight. Don't stand in anything, and stand behind the Holy Shield when he starts casting Consecrated Light. So the second boss in the dungeon is Soulbinder Niami. This bitch has a few abilities she uses. The first is Mind Spike, which deals a good amount of damage to the target. This shit's interruptible.
The next is Shadow Word Pain. This instantly deals a bit of damage, and then dots the target, dealing a bit of damage over 9 seconds.
The boss will also use Soul Vessel, which creates like a circle on the ground, and damage will solely be done to anyone not within the circle. So standing in the epicenter is what everyone needs to be doing when this happens. The boss will also use Torn Spirits, which brings in some more scrubs to stomp, which the tank needs to pick up. There's 3 potential adds. The Spiteful Arbiter will use Arbiter's Hammer, which stuns the target, dealing damage to anyone within 2 yards for 2 seconds. This can be interrupted. Really not a big deal if it gets off. The Arbiter will also use Radiant Fury, which charges a player, creating things of holiness that pulse out from the caster. These light thingies deal a fair amount of damage on contact, so just don't walk into them. The Twisted Magus will use Arcane Bolt, which face smacks a target for a good amount of arcane damage. Good news though, bet you didn't guess we'd be able to interrupt it. Arcane Bomb will create several orbs after 10 seconds or whenever someone walks into them. They deal a good amount of arcane damage within 5 yards, so yeah, avoid these as well. The last ad is the Malefic Defender, which only does one thing, Crusader Strike, which deals a bit of damage to the target and increases damage taken by 1% for 15 seconds. The debuff stacks though, so you gotta get all the ads down anyway, but really make sure you get the ads down quickly. The third boss in the dungeon is Ezekiel, not Ezekiel, Ezekiel, sure.
The first ability is Fell Lash. The boss hits the tank for a good amount of damage, knocking them back, and increasing the damage taken by 20% over 6 seconds.
There's nothing you can really do about this ability, just pop a defensive cooldown if you're low on health, and healers just watch out for it. Current of Flame is actually the next ability, which causes the target to be set on fire, dealing damage every couple of seconds for 9 seconds, which also jumps to nearby players within 5 yards, so you have to stay spread out through pretty much the entire fight. The boss will also jump, creating a Fell Pool, which is a void zone, which deals a decent amount of damage to people sitting in it, but it also spawns a Fell Spark, which causes more patches of fire to spawn on the ground, which also deals decent damage to anyone standing in them.
The next ability is Claws of Argus, which causes the boss to become immune and opens up a portal, which will begin spawning ads.
The Blazing Trickster will use Conflagration, which causes anyone to come close to them to be disoriented and take damage. The Cackling Pyromaniac will use Fell Blast, which deals a metric ass ton of damage to anyone it hits. This needs to be interrupted. Better yet, kill them before they get it off. The last ad is the Fell Guard, which uses Fell Stomp, which hits the ground, dealing a lot of damage in a cone in front of the ad and knocking people back. This obviously needs to be faced away. When the ads start spawning, shit gets really quick, but it's really easy to do if you know what's happening. Tank will need to grab the Fell Guard, and the DPS need to go to the other ads and burst the shit out of them. Once all the ads are dead, then you can switch back to the boss. Otherwise, you're just going to get overwhelmed, the Fell Blasts are going to go off, and everyone's just going to start taking 120,000 damage per Fell Blast.